First, I'm going to share about who Wim Hof is and how he developed this technique. Then I'll show my cold exposure, the 10-minute ice bath, and at the end I'll talk about sort of what I've been learning and what I felt during my actual ice bath experience. Hope you enjoy the video. Before I get into the video, I just want to thank all my supporters and my subscribers for commenting, liking, and following me along my journey. I appreciate your support. If you'd like to work with me one-on-one, I offer card readings, spiritual guidance, energy work. So if that's something you're interested in, check out my website, informalinquiry.wordpress.com, or email me or message me on Instagram. All the information will be in the description below. So some of you who follow my channel may know that I've mentioned Wim Hof before. The guy's pretty inspiring. So I've read his book, which is the Wim Hof Method. He wrote it himself. To summarize the book, essentially, he spent a long time kind of exploring and trying to find spiritual enlightenment, so to speak, or spiritual truths through the Vedas and yoga. And he, at some point, kind of went into the cold water and experienced peace and a sense of connection that he never felt studying the Vedas or studying the scriptures, because he found the language to be kind of a barrier. And so he continued going into the cold water, and the cold water became his teacher. He's actually set like 26 world records in a lot of different things, like endurance and cold exposure, as well as like running a marathon in the desert without water. So this is somebody who's really mastered his body and his mind and is able to push himself to the limits. His goal in accomplishing those world records wasn't to like impress people. At first, he said it may have been, but what he's realized is he's developed really practical tools that actually help people in their lives, in their mental health and in their physical health. And that's something that he wants to share with the world. And so that's what he shares with the Wim Hof Method and the book. And if you're interested in learning more about the technique, I will provide a link in the description below for the website, which you can start the training or the method for free without any cost, the basics. So without further ado, here is the first full body ice bath for 10 minutes that I experienced. So we went to the gas station across the street, got some ice, and we're gonna do the ice bath. This is my first ice bath, full body ice bath. Go. This is the moment. My first full ice bath, full body ice bath. I'm doing it in my bathtub. And I'm nervous. I did the breathing technique though. And I'm just gonna breathe. Here we go. Hi.
Hi. How is it?
It's not too bad.
No?
No. My feet are getting cold.
Yeah. You're at 2 minutes. It's like the helicopter angle. Your shoulders are getting pink. Do you feel cold?
A little bit, yeah.
You're at 5 minutes. It's like you're at a spa. 6 minutes.
I'm gonna try to go for 8 minutes. I don't know if I can go to 10.
Okay, that's fine. 7 minutes. You're at 8 minutes. You're at 9 minutes. Got 1 more minute to go. You have 10 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. You've been in there for 10 minutes.
Wim Hof. Okay, so I finished the bath, but now I'm really cold. I'm gonna try to do the horse stance technique that Wim Hof does with his students to try to warm up. I feel a lot better.
That's good.
So I took a shower, warm shower now, and I feel a lot better. So I kind of want to share like what my experience was with the ice bath because it was my first one. Honestly, the beginning wasn't that hard. I've taken like ice baths when I was in cross country in high school before, like for my legs. And I also did the breathing technique and did a visualization of me going into like imagining myself going into the water and feeling okay. So I think the initial shock factor wasn't so intense, honestly. It was sort of like right around minute 6 or 7 that it started getting kind of hard. And I didn't think I was going to be able to make it to 10 minutes. So, I told Taylor that maybe just 8 minutes was fine. But I ended up, it was kind of interesting. I had this urge to chant around minute 7.5.
You're at 9 minutes.
And the chanting really helped me calm myself and move into myself more and feel more relaxed. And part of me was nervous about, what like my roommate would think of me if I was chanting. So I didn't like want to do it at first. But then, when you're in that situation, it's like, it's not like life or death, but it's like a survival situation where like you need to do what you can to survive. My body was like, you need to chant, like this is what's going to help you. And so I let go of that resistance and realized like I didn't even care at that point because I was like, I don't give a shit like what he thinks of me if like I'm chanting because I need this. And so I started chanting, and that like immediately stopped the shivering. So I continued the chanting all the way till minute 10, and that helped me get to that point. And it made me realize that there's so much that we condition ourselves, that like we basically separate ourselves from our natural selves, of that we're animals, that we have these natural ways of coping, these natural ways of being able to thrive and deal with situations, but we prevent ourselves from being able to adapt and overcome things because of the conditioning that tells us we can't, the voices in our mind and the things that we've been taught that tell us we can't do this, we can't do that. And the cold water really breaks through that because it brings you right down to the core of who you are. It brings you right down to your survival fight or flight response. So it's just you. And that's a very powerful thing, a very powerful tool to have, to be able to get to that point and access that part of yourself without doing 3 hours of meditation or whatever, how long it takes to get to that point without some kind of practice like that. And traditions have been doing this for a long time. Like fasting is another way of doing it. Not drinking water is another way of doing it. There's lots of ways of creating that sort of state where you can sort of look at yourself. But the cold water is easy to do. It's not easy to do, but it allows you to move into it and move out of it pretty quickly. So it's not like a huge commitment. Like fasting takes a huge burden on your health and your routine. So it's kind of different. But I definitely see the benefit of doing the full ice bath. I'm definitely going to do more. I'll probably do one at my parents' house because they have a water trough for the horses. so I can do it in there. So, all right, guys, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Yeah, I plan on doing different kinds of videos now. I don't want to just focus on psychosis. I want to focus on the whole wellness, the spiritual wellness, the physical wellness. Yeah, so that's probably what I'm focused on. All right, thanks for tuning in, guys. I'll catch you in my future videos. Bye for now.